What's going on, everybody? I'm back with another new podcast, and I'm glad you guys are here with me today because I believe this is one of the most important videos I've done. We're gonna be talking about why fathers are so impactful to a child and the community around them. So I want everybody to pay attention because we're gonna get right into it. Just make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, you got your notifications turned on, and if you do like the video, show a little love to the like button, but let's get right into it.
I want him to know that. And it's tough. It's tough talking to him.
Who's feeling resentment, you or he?
I feel resentment with my father coming up because he's never been around. And when I talk to my son, I feel like he feels the same way.
Resentment towards you?
Yes.
Tell me what's going on.
Wow, now hold on. I know we just started, but that's such an important point, and we need to let that sink in because oftentimes the pain that children feel, they've gotten that from their parents, and their parents might have gotten it from their parents, and the cycle of pain and trauma just continues. So we have to educate ourselves on how our decisions as adults can affect children that come up behind us so that we can make better and wiser decisions and be there for them and stop that cycle. But let's keep going.
Beloved, can you talk about it? If I come over there, would you talk to me about it?
Ayana, saving
Dad,
families
can I come
again.
here for a moment? If you sit right there with him.
Is it true that you didn't go to his recent graduation?
Yes, it's true.
You sit right there. Don't leave.
You said that.
Tell me what's going on.
I haven't seen him in a long time.
Him? And how does that make you feel?
What's a long time?
Tell me what long time
Since I was about 4,
is. Since you were 4. And how old are you?
13.
13. And what did you tell yourself about him when he wasn't there?
I think it was a mistake.
That you were a mistake? You feel like a mistake. Okay. And what did you feel about him when he wasn't there?
And you want to know something? His father might have felt that very same thing, that he was a mistake. And that's a hard foundation for someone to grow up on. They don't feel as if they have a purpose, or they were put here with a plan, or they were made out of love. How do you think they're gonna face the world when that's how they feel from the very beginning?
I didn't have a father.
Yeah. And have you ever talked to him about that? Okay. So Dad, turn around. Turn around. What do you want him to know? Look at him. He's gonna be here this time, okay?
Yes, please.
What is it that you want him to know? Look at him. Tell him how it felt.
Horrible.
It felt horrible that you left me. Tell him.
It felt horrible that you left me.
It made me feel like I was a mistake.
Made me feel like I was a mistake.
And how did you feel about him? Tell him how you felt about it.
Well, I loved the person that I never seen.
And that made you feel what?
Like I wasn't supposed to be here.
Wow.
Now, what do you want to tell him now that he's back?
That I love him.
And?
That I want him to be here.
And tell him he doesn't get to leave you again.
You don't
Tell him.
get to leave me again.
And to play with my heart.
To play with my heart.
I need you.
I need you.
And I want you.
And I want you.
Don't disappoint me.
Don't disappoint me.
He needs to take that in, and it looks like that is permeating. It looks like it's affecting him, and it's probably because he felt those same things. He probably wanted his father to talk to him that way and say, "Hey, Dad, I love you." And now they can pass on joy. They can pass on family, togetherness, purpose. You hear what he said? He feels as if he's a mistake. He has all this pain. And to have that at such a young age, there's no telling what a young man can do with that. We're almost finished with this, so let's wrap this up.
He needs to see your vulnerability. He needs to know that you're vulnerable. And that he's important and that he matters.
I'm gonna be here.
But Daddy, your hurt is not his responsibility.
Right. Exactly. Don't pass that to him. Be there. right, now don't go anywhere just yet. I got some more stuff I want to show you, but I wanted to talk about this because it's one of the most important clips I feel I've put on this channel, because all the talk about dating and marrying and finding a good man or a good woman so that you can have a stable home and family, this is why. This is what happens when you don't have those things in place. You pass on a lot of pain and trauma, and you have children that feel as if they're a mistake. And if you're here by mistake, what purpose can you have? And if you have no purpose, what does it matter if you go out and break the law or do bad things? Because you are a mistake anyway, so you might as well make mistakes. And that's what a lot of our young men and women are facing out here, because they have so much pain inside of them. And that's one of the reasons why I do this channel, not just to bash women or bash simps or anything like that. It's because I genuinely want to see families get together so we can stop this right here. And this is one of those things that happens when a father doesn't want to be in a child's life, when mothers don't want fathers to be in children's lives, and because two adults made a poor decision, the child now has to suffer. And then that child might grow up and make somebody else suffer. And as you heard Ayana say, your hurt is not his problem. So we need to be careful when we're making children and making sure that we're putting them in environments where they can thrive, where their self-esteem can be at its highest from a very young age. That's a terrible place to start off with. He shouldn't have all that pain and that trauma. But the good thing is at 13 years old, a very critical age in a young man's life, he still wants his father to be around. He hasn't shunned him and he hasn't pushed him away. So I hope that his father takes that responsibility very seriously and becomes extremely active in his child's life. Because if he doesn't, the opposite could happen. He could use all of that pain and that trauma and he could place it on somebody else. And if you think 13 is too young for somebody to start inflicting pain on someone else, take a look at this clip.
All right, so he's on probation for arson. He's accused of shooting a baby at 11 years old. And then we bring him back in, he's been on the run, and he's smoking weed.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Anything else I'm missing about him?
Nope, that's about it, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Moore. Hey, look what I found. Right? I know 11-year-olds are supposed to have guns. Right? After they've been accused of shooting a baby.
In hoods across America, kids as young as 12 years old are jumping off the porch and getting into beef with full-grown men. These kids may seem young and immature, but they're willing to put in work and make people take them seriously. The subject of today's video is no different. The subject of today's video is a teenage Crip rapper that's lived a crazy life at a young age and went viral all across the internet after being charged with shooting a 1-year-old baby when he was just 12 years old. The subject of today's video is none other than Little Rodney, and today we're going to be telling his story.
All right, so that clip is from a YouTuber by the name of Funa. If you like that kind of content, he has plenty more videos like that. But I wanted to play this one in particular because it has so much to do with the young man that we just saw. They're about the same age, but we see Lil Rodney, he's out here banging harder than some adults. And unlike our 13-year-old that we saw in the beginning, instead of reaching out to his father, he's reaching out to the streets. And he might be feeling some of those same things that the young man talked about, feeling like a mistake. He's feeling hurt, feeling like nobody cares about him. So he goes out and he just does whatever, because if I'm a mistake and I have no purpose, well, I can do whatever and who cares, because I wasn't supposed to be here in the first place. And if I'm feeling pain, well, now somebody else has to feel that pain as well. And this is why fathers are so important, because they can shape the community around them. We always talk about how removing a father from a home increases a child's risk to be in almost every category that you don't want to see them in. So we need more fathers being present in children's lives so that we can avoid these cycles and put them on the right path. And I think a lot of men nowadays are seeing, hey, I went through that without having a father. And if I would have had one in my life, maybe I could have moved forward. So there's a lot of men now that are taking fatherhood very seriously.
It's Glenmore Project. We call it Pickett and Christopher.
One thing we don't play about is our kids, bro. Fatherhood, the best hood. That's one thing we don't play about. We don't play about it.
I ain't gonna lie, like, if you snitch, these are street snitch, you a deadbeat, rapist.
Oh, you don't take care of your kids, nigga, you out
You can't even be next to us. You can't have fun with us. Like, we done told our own friends, get your shit together. You're fucking bugging.
That shit tatted.
Whoa.
Look at my daughter walking, nigga. Daddies over Deadbeats. Respectfully. That's real shit. That's that too. You see that? DOD. That's the Daddies over Deadbeats. Definition of dreams. All of us like that. We all take care of our kids, nigga. All of us. That's how we live. You know what the fuck going on? Big frenzy in the spot.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. It makes me feel good to watch something like that. Men who take their fatherhood very seriously to the point they have it tatted on their arms, dads over deadbeats. They're not even gonna let a man who's not taking care of their child hang around the crew because they understand that a man's responsibility to his children is of the utmost priority. And if he won't take care of that, then what kind of man is he really? When you're in a jam and you need somebody, how can you rely on him if his own children can't rely on him? So it makes no sense for him to even be around the crew. And a lot more men need to adopt that mentality, because if you're not taking care of your child and you're letting them run out here loose with no guidance and discipline, you're ruining the community, because those children are gonna grow up with all that pain and that hurt, and they might inflict that on other people. And we have had enough of that. So we need men to be active in our children's lives. And we need to make sure that when we lay down with a woman, it's somebody that we can commit to if we're going to release inside of them and run the risk of getting them pregnant. That's where our accountability comes in at, because we have so few choices after the act. Women can go ahead and take a plan B or exercise their reproductive rights or drop the child off at a fire station, but you only have a very small window of control, and that's at the very beginning. So make the best choices. But that's gonna be about it for this video. So subscribe to the channel, like the video, and if you guys have anything to say, please leave it in the comments below. And until another time, I'll see you guys later.